What is up, everybody? It's me, it's Dean, and I'm back on the JFS. Yeah. I hear the world's ending, and by the world I mean Season 5 of the JFS. We are moving on to Season 6 pretty soon. I think it's end of September, so that brought me out of not making videos to make a video, I guess. And it's just going to be a little bit of a tour talking about stuff and where I've been, what I've been up to, and stuff like that. And we're starting at the Jiffy Cart track here. I forget if I had... Oh yeah, it was a Baby Park inspired. Another project that started off strong, and then I kind of ran out of steam working on it. It's crazy because this is supposed to be a pretty small track overall, and yet it became a much bigger project than I was expecting, because I got new and crazy ideas for it. But yeah, this is where I left off before I kind of disappeared for a while. Last set of videos I did was GTA 5 roleplay. Something that I've wanted to do for a while. I actually tried it out a little bit before. And a public server opened up, a public version of a whitelisted server that I watch other people play on. So I gave it a go for a little while, and really enjoyed it at first. Actually really enjoyed it overall, but my own anxiety became my downfall in that I don't know. Like, the first week I was playing on the server was the week it opened up for everybody. And, everybody was on the same footing, trying to find their place and get started and everything. And so it was kind of fun getting, being on those adventures on equal footing and stuff. And then, of course, I had to go back to work. And when I came back, everybody else was already established. And even though I know that, like, new faces come and go all the time, and people are getting their starts, at basically every waking moment, I couldn't shake the feeling that I was kind of out of place and felt like I would be intruding on other people's roleplay and stuff, because my character has not found their niche. And so it felt like every week that was kind of the whole spiel for my character, was just trying to find their place and trying to fit in somewhere, while everybody else was already off doing bigger and better things. And eventually I decided that the stress was not worth it. A Donkey Park Raceway, that's what I called it. Huh. So, but here we are at the main base. It's kind of funny that that's my main base and not the actual house over here. But this is at Cherry Blossom Raceway, of course, or Cherry Blossom Spawn Town. Cherry Blossom Raceway was over there. But yeah, this was Bandit Ranch when I was doing my cowboy roleplay type thing for a little bit, for like one session or whatever. Got an actual proper cow, pig, and sheep farm over here. Got my horses. The barn's got a little gap there for some reason. I had bees back here when I needed bees. I think I took them all down now. Yep. And then in here was going to be... It used to be storage. Now it's just a hole in the ground. It's actually a natural cave that I built over top of. And then in here is the proper house. Actually, I really like this house. I think this is a blueprint, I believe. Yeah. That's the only way I can build anything properly, I guess. But, random shield, secret diamond, the only secret diamond I ever found. And that random diamond I named. This one I found on accident because it just so happened to be attached to one of my shops. Here's a map of the base. I don't know if there's anything to update on it. A little bit. But yeah, nicely furnished. I don't know what books are in here, but... Ooh, Eternal? What is Eternal? Oh, yeah. I forgot about the song... the song stuff that I was trying to do. Temple of the Cat. That is a newspaper thing. Fortune? Believe in Magic. I don't remember where I got that from. Mary Cactus. Oh, Race for Will Ascension. I think that was the original book for it. Here's the bedroom. The very first pickaxe I made. Very cool. This is where all my nether wart is. I also had storage up here originally. Yeah, nice little house. But the main base, yeah, ended up being over here. This used to be a bit of a taller mountain, then I trimmed it all down. I was supposed to fill this part in, but I got rid of all of the powdered snow that you would sink into, and I just flattened everything completely. Then I made this little mine area because of this cave, which I put a base inside of. You know, got all kinds of puppies and all my proper storage, and then my face in the main bedroom. There's Dakota's face. Oh, this is Speedway. I should probably go update that at some point. And all the shulker boxes I got, and then, of course I started making like some farms down here. And bamboo, chicken, sugar cane, all of the melons and pumpkin you could ever want. The iron farm over here. I haven't been over here in a while, as you can see. And the golems somehow get out at times, but that's fine. The zombie spawner. I was gonna do more farms down here, but as with a lot of things, never really got around to doing that. Can I get out this way? I just never even bothered trying that. So yeah, here's the Cherry Blossom spawn town. Just quickly fly over here because I built this stuff. The little lodge on the way up to what used to be the Cherry Blossom Raceway. A weird Traver Mountain cabin. Weird Traveler. Yeah, this used to be a raceway, but I was having trouble with the bubble columns with the boats. And so I tore the whole thing down. Unfortunately, you can still see the scars of this part. A lot of, like, the majority of the track I thought was really cool. It was a really long track. It was just, like, the one bit to get us back up top, to get us back over here, that was, like, messing up all the time. And so I just got rid of it. Yeah, let's fly to the portal. I'm not using any of the mods because we're in the latest update, and so everything is loud. But yeah, where have I been? Just working. Honestly, I did Overworld, took a break, did the GTA roleplay stuff, and took a break from that. Or I guess I'm kind of done with that for now. Very cool. Where should we go next? I guess I can go to the... Yeah, I'll go this way. Yeah, I just don't really want to make videos honestly. I'm kind of, I guess, done with that. Although, knowing me, never say never, right? I could pop in for a handful of videos and then disappear again. But yeah, yeah. The interest has fully died. Recently at work, I had a bit of an issue with my job. I'm still at the same job, but basically, in Amazon delivery, you have the same. You use the same. Let's go this way. Use the same app that the flex drivers use. The flex drivers being the like side gig people. And one day, I logged into my account, and instead of taking me to the delivery driver side of things, it took me to the Flex app waiting list, and there I could not navigate away from it or do anything from where it took me. If I wanted to log out, I had to like uninstall the app, for example. Like, I literally could not do anything else. And of course, nobody really knew how to fix the problem, and so the only thing we could do was create a new account for me, which means I had to get onboarded all over again. And that took a week of my time where I couldn't really do anything. So I lost a week of work doing that. But this is the Dripstone Raceway, a track that I wish we could have raced on. Although when I look at it, sometimes it's a bit difficult to pass in a lot of spots when I look at it. We'll do a couple laps. Do a slow lap and then maybe a hot lap or two. But the start-finish line is here. And you basically take off this way. A lot of passing can happen out here. Very cool, very wide, fast, high speed. Then you get into this area. And the planks are used for braking. And a couple small hazards through here, but it's pretty narrow. Not many passing zones. And these dripstone bits, you can get caught on pretty much any of them. So, and there's like one main shortcut through the middle. But try going through the shortcut real quick. Whoop. And then you gotta use this braking zone. And then you cut through this way, which is super narrow. Makes a shortcut less. See, I got caught on the dripstone there. Makes a shortcut more of a high risk, high reward deal. But I think it's pretty cool. You got like the part where you go over this chasm here. This is all, natural. So you're just kind of weaving your way through this little area. The shortcut's real narrow. You have this part where you could come around here if you fit through it. And yeah, using the planks to help slow you down. And then blue ice is supposed to make you go faster. There's Panda Leader for some reason. I didn't know he still played. But yeah, during that week off, I was kind of just watching. Also, like, Shawson's like that way, I think. Just a little ways over there. But yeah, during that week off, I was watching just videos on, like, basically the state of the economy and stuff, and how young people are handling, youngins are, handling finances and stuff, and nobody can really afford anything, and the job market sucks, and everything sucks, and, and all that. And a bit of an eye-opener there in a couple places. One is, like, the usual stuff that I've complained about for, like, a decade now. Can anybody guess what that is? Anybody? Anybody? Okay, I'm back. Let's pop back in here. I forget what I was saying. Oh yeah, videos about economy and stuff. As we come back to here, my old base, where I was going to set up a villager thing here. Villager trading thing, and nothing set up. Let's fly down here. This was my old storage area, where I had like a whole automated system for a little bit, but it was kind of ugly. And I got my cats. I kind of liked this area though. Of course, the Shield Ocean Highway, which I guess we can do a walk. That'd be a good place to talk about stuff, because there's not much going on here anymore. I did used to have some farms over here, but I moved it to the other base. So that little interruption, by the way, somebody had their car stolen last night, I guess, and apparently it had just been returned today, which is kind of weird. So that's wild. I should keep that in mind for my own car, because granted, my car's kind of loud. If mine was taken off the lot, I'd probably hear it, because I have an exhaust leak on my car. But that's a good thing to know for my own sake. But yeah, somebody apparently took his car and then brought it back. So interesting. Anyways, yeah, during my week off, watching a bunch of videos about the economy and job market and stuff, and kind of opened my eyes to a few things. One being the fact that, I need to get, finances under control, as usual. Summer tends to be rough, mainly because the electric bill goes up because I got the AC going. But yeah, and with rent coming up, or not rent, my lease is coming up for renewal and stuff like that, and then with my job being as unstable as it is, I kind of knew it going in, but sometimes it gets pretty rough, because if there's not enough routes to dish out to people, you become an extra, and if you're an extra, you can't work for that day. You get paid for the hour or so that you showed up to work to find out that you're an extra, and that's about it. So, and every once in a while, that's fine, because, like I said before, that paycheck will be about 32 hours, which ends up being roughly the same, maybe slightly more than what I was making full-time at my last job. But long-term, it sucks, because, rent and bills and all. And it makes it hard to not only keep up on stuff, but, save money or pay down, debts and such. And for a while, I was just kind of, going through the motions, and was kind of in zombie mode. And then watching these videos, I kind of had a bit of a wake up and was like, whoa, yeah, I need to, really buckle in and, fix this, actually. And there's, a couple things along with that, I feel like I need to do some, growing up, I guess. It's kind of, with the way my 20s went, struggling financially and whatnot from the start, it kind of feels like I never got to live my 20s. So now that I'm in my 30s, it's like I'm trying to live my 20s in my 30s, but I don't have the money to do that. So maybe I should try, living my 30s as in my 30s, and try to mature and focus on, not trying to travel everywhere and not, you know, I used to be the kind of person who's like, you should enjoy life and not get tied down by the world. And now I'm kind of slowing down a bit and like, okay, well, I can barely afford to like stay home these days, so maybe I shouldn't go out as much and maybe I should kind of cut down on spending and everything. So I actually cut down on a lot of stuff. And another thing that came with it was I don't. A lot of people these days don't have like actual hobbies. And I realize I don't really have that many hobbies anymore either. Like storm chasing, sure, it's not exactly the cheapest hobby. And this time of year, there's not much going on, anyways. And this year, Iowa decided not to participate that much, which fair, but meant that I didn't get to do much storm chasing as I would like this year. But besides that, like, I don't really have any other hobbies, so that's really because it's been kind of taken up by, good old social media as we show up to the Pokemon gym that I did for the grass type, right? Not leaf type. I like this area. I think this is kind of neat. Up here, probably could have done the maze a little bit better. Maybe make it a little bit more extensive or put in some redstone that kind of change things around a bit. But it's too bad this never actually like came into fruition. But I do kind of like this area. You got this little tower. Very cool. A little bit of storage back here. What do we got? Apples. Oh, some bread. Get that bread. Very cool. Ugh. Maybe I should get the mod pack again. Find and retrieve the lever. Let's go find it. Everything's so hazy for some reason. But yeah, you have to go in here, and then you drop into here, and it's like, oh, a maze. Okay. And you kind of, oop. It's not a difficult maze by any means, but you might go, oops. And then you go around this way. Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Where are we going? Oop. Nope, not this way. Oops. Well, oh, heck. Oh, I found it. Bring this back. Just takes you to the backside of here. But wait, where does this way go, huh? Couldn't you just go? Oh, nope. It's really just like stay on the outside of the of the maze, really. Hey, we did it. Very cool. And then you come over here. And you put the lever here. You meet the bird. And I guess you go up here? Ah, yes. If you're reading this, congratulations, you've completed the task required to challenge the grass gym leader. Me. DM him on Discord to organize a challenge. Current schedule, that's not true anymore. All times EST subject to change. That's why I didn't sign it, because I knew my hours could change. Very cool. Alright, continuing on. But yeah, so I've decided to cut down on social media a lot. Got rid of a bunch of social media accounts and such. No, I haven't gotten rid of all of it completely. I'm considering closing. I kind of want to close my third YouTube channel, the one that I was using for my digital cinematography degree, but I also kind of want to make use of it more. And like my main channel is my storm chasing channel, which kind of leaves this one. But at the same time, I kind of don't want to like lose all of the videos and footage that I have. I've been keeping a lot of stuff on my my external storage, so even if this channel were to disappear, I still have like all of the footage anyone could ever need, from at least my perspective. But yeah, trying to cut back on stuff and return to hobbies, and meanwhile try to like actually save money and pay off my debts for realsies and then keep them paid off. So this is a project that I don't think I ever showed on camera. So what I was going to do with this is I was going to make, Dean's Big Building, very cool. Dean's Big Building Hub. There's a guy here. There used to be a horse in here too, but I think he had an incident. But this was just something I was doing on the side, just kind of turning houses into Blackstone. But this was supposed to be like a JFS like player hall thing, where I was just gonna build like little statues of as many JFS players as I could. I think the original idea was I was gonna put all of them in here, like every single person that has ever been on the whitelist. I used to have a list of everybody. I think I still have all the JFS player models downloaded. I think that's saved on my hard drive, external hard drive. But yeah, I made the building and then never did the statue part, as expected. This is the second floor. It's holy. But yeah, I don't think I could have fit everybody in here. Maybe if I did like a smaller version of each statue or something. But it's pretty cool. It's one of those massive builds that I just kind of did. But yeah, if I finished this, it would be pretty cool. I technically finished the building. I just had to, populate it. So, and like I said, this over here, I was just kind of doing this on the side, turning buildings into the Blackstone variant and all that, making it kind of weird looking, a little cursed maybe. Oh yeah, I turned these into jack-o'-lanterns, just randomly. Just did it. So yeah, the whole thing, cutting down social media, focus on hobbies again. I'm starting to write, stories again, and focus on the old passion projects that I've mentioned and never described. Yeah, just kind of doing stuff like that. Trying to trim down on things and kind of break away from social media, hopefully entirely someday. I kind of don't feel like I can in a couple places, because like I said, my main YouTube channel, I post storm chasing stuff, and that's technically a hobby, right? And then my third channel could be for like creative projects, even though I haven't done any lately. And you could probably argue that making videos for this could be a hobby, and yeah, but I just don't have the desire to. I've been doing videos like this for over a decade, and way back when, in the early days. I did try to make it. Yeah, I did try to make it. I tried to make videos with a little bit of seriousness and put an actual effort into building an audience and such, and it never happened. And then videos just kind of devolved into a lot of low effort walkie-talkie stuff like this, and yeah, I just kind of continued doing it for a journal, for one thing, and a little bit for posterity. During the few times that we would do stuff together, and that I was involved in them. And yeah, now I'm just kind of not as interested anymore for the foreseeable future, because like I said, I've said goodbye many times in the past, but yeah, I could come back again. And speaking of coming back, season 6, like I said, just gonna start up in September. I'm kind of 50-50 on whether or not I even want to attend it. I have kind of a loose idea of something that I want to build, but I have no idea on the design or anything. And since I don't really have any interest in recording anything, maybe I do, maybe I don't. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure if I would care to participate, to be honest. So I guess it would come down to the moment, and even then, not sure how long I would be on the server in the long run. So I haven't really decided. But I felt like at least I should say goodbye to this world, since it's coming to an end. We'll talk about Temple of the Cat while we're here. This whole setup here. I like this kind of broken area, that should have been a dock. That's where you originally would have docked at, but oh no, it collapsed into this area. And then you come out of here. Stop at the stop sign. I don't know where this is in the world, but you come around this way. Yes, ta-da! Temple of the Cat. I think I started building the building randomly, I think, and then I put the... Or did I build the cat face first? I don't remember. I think I built the cat face first, and then the temple. The temple is freeform, so it does look kind of weird if you look at it at certain angles. But I love how this turned out, with the massive library, the vines and everything hanging down, the random bed in the middle of the floor, which you kind of need. And then through a random door on the side here, you go through my botched trials area, where I think I had some numbers flipped. You can see I tore out all the redstone. I think everything is gone except for the parkour part. Oh no, everything's still here. Okay. We'll look at the parkour last, because I might want to attempt it. But yeah, on this side, it was basically just search and find. You have to find the right item. I think I took all the chests out, but you had to find the right item to toss into a redstone system that opened the door for you to proceed. And then here it was the same thing, but it was cave themed, and there was also the slime block, and I think there was a lever somewhere in here. Let's see if we can figure this out. This is a bit of a labyrinth in itself. Here we go. Yeah, I think over there somewhere there was a maybe it was over here. Yeah, it was through the zombie dungeon. Yeah, right in here, there's this lever, which unveils the slime block to help the person in the middle. And of course you come through here, and then you go into the third one, which is pretty straightforward, and then you exit. And then on this side, which was Shawson's side, that was Red Star's side. Shawson's side was basically just like this one was like shoot the buttons, shoot the correct button. And then these two were puzzles, and I think it was either this one or this one where I got the puzzle backwards, and now there's a lawnmower outside. It spawns a lawnmower. No, I put the hint somewhere, and I think the hint was backwards to what the actual answer was, and it screwed it up for this part, and I was very upset with myself. Because all I wanted was to make something that was like smooth and straightforward. So, but yeah, this part was the parkour for Nixer. I don't know, it works better if I don't have my wings on. I probably will fail at this. Just got some 4-block jumps in here. You got this part. Got the trapdoor bit for a little bit of extra distance. And then you're supposed to jump like this. That's a checkpoint. The water there. Swing this way. And then this part, Shawson had the slime blocks on his side, and he had to like pass them over. And come up here. And then you technically had to like wall ride the honey blocks to get a safe landing here, but you actually didn't really have to. And then the hardest part is this round the corner jump that I'm gonna mess up. But or is it like this? I can do it like once every 1,000 times. See if I can. Oh, I I ended up here. Then you go here, 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 onto the slime. Yeah. Then onto there, I think. Somehow I ended up on that. Oops. Keep bumping my shoulder against the corner. I'm gonna be stuck here a while, I think. I think I'm doing this, oh, I'm bumping my head on that. I think I was supposed to technically go around that way. Oh, I overshot it. There we go. Here, here. Well, you get it. And then you would end up here. And then when everybody comes together, you walk through this bit, through here. Very nice. And you come up this way. Up and over like this. Very cool. And then here was the treasure room. And then you escape this way. Very cool. And you get back going that way. Yeah, nice little trial. And then we're back to here. Can I get in there? No. This was my villager breeding farm, which I don't think works properly anymore. I haven't seen them make new villagers in a while, but I haven't been here in a while. But basically they would get sent this way. Get a little glimpse of the outside world. Ooh, and then get sent up here. To where these two are. And then if you go up here, you can get that one advancement where you trade with somebody at the build limit. Yep, their thing is maxed out. And if you want to get down, you can fly down, or you can land in this pool of water here. Good thing I slept. I probably should have flown. I had my wings. If we ever have one. Boy, I don't know where all my stuff went, but... Yeah, we kind of talked about, we kind of talked about potentially doing a UHC to kick off. Oh yeah, look at all this. We talked about potentially doing a UHC to kick off Season 6. But it was half and half in terms of interest. So we decided, no, it's probably not going to happen. Because, while there was a slight majority, it was like by one vote. And, making sure I'm not missing anything down here. Yeah, it was like 8 people said yes and 7 said no or something like that. And so, we decided it was not worth it, unfortunately. Get all this stuff back. I think the most embarrassing part about that death was the fact that I had my wings on. I think I have everything. I feel like I gotta... Well, doesn't really matter if I don't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, let's get to some of the last stuff out here. Get out of here. Right, there's 2 places I want to go to, which is Jiffy Land and then of course Spawn Town. And then we'll finish this off, because we've already been doing this for a while. But, yeah. I've run out of things to say. This is why I don't get views, because my stream of consciousness thing doesn't work. And then I also, like, don't do anything. You know? All of my building is off camera and all that. And this way... Yeah, when it comes down to, like, server events or community events that the JFS might do, I would definitely like to be involved in that kind of stuff. Like, I don't think I would ever say no to any of that stuff as long as I can schedule it. But as long as it fits into my schedule. But in terms of the JFS itself, I think it, kind of depends on how we handle it, because the primary issue that's kind of plagued us for, honestly, since the beginning, if you really think about it, maybe not since the beginning, but for a long time, is just like the individualism that goes on the server. A bunch of single-player series on a multiplayer world, basically. And then we occasionally get together. I think much larger focus on group stuff would go a long way, and my participation in said group stuff would, probably benefit myself if I participate more. So we'll see. I'm kind of stuck in a weird loop where, like, I would like to see more multiplayer, more group participation and stuff, but then when stuff like Cobblemon, like we got a Cobblemon, like, modded server going on right now, and I'm just kind of in a hidey hole doing my own thing, even though I'm preaching, yes, we need more group stuff, and then I am like, stay away from me. So I am a walking paradox, I guess. But here's Floaty Boaty, the staple of any JFS games district of my doing. I really like this design a lot. It used to be, every other iteration I've done back in the day was like, you have just the square, and you just start in a corner. Now you have, like, designated starting areas where you start back here and you, like, shoot into the main area. I think that creates a good addition to the whole thing. I think if I were to remake this, I would try maybe going away from the square design, maybe making something more multi-sided or even multi-leveled. Ooh. Try to spice up the thing a little bit more. But it is a good staple. It's a very straightforward, easy to play game. So, even if I just remake it like this, I think it still has some good replay value in it. And then across the bridge, you have kind of my area. Where you have a not very successful idea of Race for Wool Ascension, where you have to race to the top of a tower, grab a wool, and escape. I think it's a good idea, just not good execution. I wanted to do some sort of Race for Wool thing on the server. This was like the basic idea I came up with, so maybe a little bit more dedication to the craft would have helped. And then Good Fortunes, the game show that is actually pretty good. Like, very proud of this concept that I made in, I think, Season 4. With the 3 levels, you got basic trivia right here. You got the Hole in the 2 style, like, guess all the things that I've listed within a category. And then you have, like, the final level of, like, a proximity thing. Like, try to guess as close to the correct number as you can. And it's all based on, points are based on the fortune pick that you might use. So, this, I think, is a fun, original idea. Even though it's a basic trivia show in its DNA, like, the gimmick behind it, I think, brought a lot out of it. So, and then, of course, the biggest project out here that we did get, like, one race in. Oh, yeah. This random villager I found in the middle of nowhere. I put him over here because last time I hung out here, I think we had, did we do Good Fortunes that day? Well, he was hanging out inside. I found him, like, wandering in the fields and was like, well, he can't just stay out there. So I put him in a boat in Good Fortunes and then kind of forgot about him. And then it was kind of like companies coming over and I haven't cleaned my room kind of situation. and I had to quickly remedy the situation, and so I put him outside. So he just sits here. We'll take a couple laps on... oh, I already have a boat. Oh. But, yep, this is the Jiffyland Speedway. And right off the bat, you have some high speed into a wide corner. And then it comes through this way. Oh, man, I'm all over the place. You can go through the tunnel, or you can go around the tunnel. Or through the archway, I guess. Then you have this narrow section right here. It widens out for a second, but then you get this real narrow part. Now it widens out here. Big high-speed portion on the back half, where you just got flat-out high-speed racing. Like, you can just go all out through here. I should have put more blue ice out here, but you do have some sandbars out here, and a sudden left-hander, which can kind of catch you off guard. And then it takes you right back to the start-finish. And then we'll take some of the shortcuts. So you also go this way. And then instead of the tunnel, you can go like through here if you want to, if you're able to. Of course, the torches are not very appealing, but you know, I'm not one for aesthetic, I guess. Oh, I missed the shortcut. This is a pretty major shortcut right here, but you also have to catch it at the right time. But yeah, I was pretty proud of this one. It's a nice big track. It's at Jiffyland, so it's pretty easy to get to. What I wanted to do with this was to kind of have a little Grand Prix series. I was going to build like 3 or 4 tracks and have us all kind of race at each one, you know, tally up points, and whoever has the most points after each race, after all the races, is like the winner. So I have 2 tracks, and then the third one that's like not really done, so it's not exactly doable at this point, but maybe I could revive the idea in the next world. Boat, boat. I suppose being out here kind of helps with ideas. At least shows me that there's a few things that we could do. I hear rumblings that we might not have a set games district or anything this time around, which is fine. This is going to be a lot more organic. It's interesting how how much the plot stuff has changed in Spawn Town, because like Season 1 was kind of organic, but Season 2 we had like actual plots. Like, you had to build within the confines of the plot area. I don't think I had a Spawn Town base. I think my base was like just outside of Spawn, so I didn't have to worry about that, but after that we just kind of did away with that. But then like Season 3 and 4 we had, you know, designated Spawn Town, and then designated other districts, and then in this world we have Spawn Town and Shop Town. There's a Happy Gas just kind of here. And there's Shawston. And yeah, now Season 6 we're just gonna mush everything together, I guess. I haven't seen the Happy Gas yet. Oh. He's floating around. Alright, so there's a couple things to show here. First is the original Spawn base. We're almost at the end. Yeah. This little box was supposed to be a boat. I was supposed to make a boat here, but I never did. I just made a box. Used to just be a platform, and then I was like, well, it can't just be a platform. but I didn't feel like making a boat yet, so I made a box and had every intention to make a boat, and just never did. So the idea was that the boat was supposed to be the facade for the base. But yeah, my original idea for Season 5 was to kind of go on a nostalgia trip where I would just kind of rebuild a bunch of old builds, but in kind of random places, like, or have like an underground area where all of my old builds suddenly exist. So I have like this little area, this little fortress type thing. Are we still full of eggs in here? Yeah. Yeah, this is my original base. And then use the vines to get up to my bed, which is still here. Candles. Yeah, making use of everything over here. Oh, wait. Nothing? Okay. But yeah, as you can see over here... Ouch. And I saw him there when I walked in, but he still kind of startled me. But yeah, this house here was my old Equilibrium server house design. And it says right here, Ugly Equilibrium Server House 2013. And this was the inside, and this was the second floor, and then the third floor with its, like, half slab type attic, and the little window up top. It's actually not too bad, honestly. Well, it's kind of ugly. I don't know why that's there, but... Yep, that was the original. And then up here was my original Season 1 house. Oh, and over this way, this is my good friend Lake Paunch. You can get back into the lava, buddy. You can get back in there. You can get back in there, buddy. You're stuck in the vines. Oh, I can't. Bro, you're freezing. Is it the vines keeping you? There you go. Yeah, you're almost dead. You almost froze to death. Oh, and there he goes. Back into the vines. Yeah. Old balloon shop reference for that one. But yeah, this house was my original Season 1 house. Spawn house, April 5th. And I had like a little storage set up here. I think this was a bedroom. Extra stuff up here. I think my enchanting setup was here. Upstairs exit, I guess. Even the island here is made out of moss, but it's the same as in Season 1. Like, I remade the little island it was on and everything. And then down here was the other Season 1 base. Yeah. My future home, Season 1 world. This one's flooded. At storage in here. This spot would have led down to my clear-cut mine, and then to the attic. For some reason, there's no ladder. Storage, bedroom here. Actually, I think this is storage, and then this was like maybe more storage, honestly. I think furnaces and potions. And the idea was I was going to make even more stuff, like from Season 2 and Season 3. But never came to fruition. I made this little cactus kind of looking thing here. And then, we don't have a minecart, because you can actually exit this way. We go to our grand finale. So as with Season 4, as I was talking about the whole music disc thing that I was doing, song lyrics that I like and whatnot, I decided I was going to expand upon that. How do I... Did I close this up? It's sealed? It is. This used to be where I put all my wool and stuff. And a little bit of storage, and then up here. Look familiar? Not anymore. This is the Temple of the Dog. Last time on Season 4, the Temple of the Dog was buried, and Shasin almost didn't find it because I lit his church on fire. But this time, it's got a more proper area. And, oh yeah. This was supposed to be set up for a finale type thing. I think we can look at the redstone through here. But, yeah, Temple of the Dog for many little adventures for multiple people, including Mukluk, which I completely remade his Season 3 castle. Christmas presents, too lazy for this bit. Yep. But all of this was remade. Mukluk receives 50% assets. Partially built prison island. When pigs die. Dealer no deal winnings. Most likely to actually dabble on YouTube. I don't know what that means. Weed. Penis. Permission to anvil kill weather. Silk touch shears. I don't remember what this book was. I put that. Ghost. Cactus god. The random chests up here with spruce doors. Gold nugget chip. A plea. The Mukluk clues. SCP-104. The gold, silver, and bronze medals. Death games. Boo. How to run for mayor. Surströmming. Cookies tea. Diavolo's glow stick. Mukluk. Street cred cookies. Like, it's all here. Almost one for one. Yeah, this was probably my favorite one. Yeah, I think one of my favorite moments from the server was seeing Muck's reaction to this. I don't know if that clip still exists. Maybe he put it in a video, I forget. But, like, the only thing I didn't really do was put a roof. But, the whole adventure was to find some old records. Behind the scenes lookout area. Very cool. Yep, you get a record here and you just grab it, bring it back. This is the backside of the Temple of the Dog. Oh, right. So, what Muck was supposed to do for the whole adventure thing, I was doing an adventure thing for everybody to be involved in. Oops. Confusing myself with my own stuff here. Okay. Yeah, I just started doing some Temple of the Dog and Temple of the Cat adventures, and Muck was supposed to be on the Temple of the Dog side, and Shasin, Naxer, and Red Star would be on the Temple of the Cat side. And they're going to do some separate adventures to where they're going to set themselves up for a finale where they would basically face each other. And Mukluk was supposed to be set up as, like, super powerful versus, like, the three of Shasin, Naxer, and Red Star. And they're just going to, like, fight to the death. And, that was going to be the finale. I was going to make a big old arena somewhere and make them face off. But, yeah, I never got to the finale part. I never built it. So it led to nothing. But we have Lord Dimitri. How exciting. I knew Lord Dimitri would bless us. Here he is here, the Chosen One has ascended. Yeah, that was Mukluk, the Chosen One. The Church of Dimitri is back. Pulled from season 3 and 4. Church of Dimitri continues to exist. A little forest in here. And then over here was like a build from Mukluk's first ever video. Ignore the lily pads. Hey, you're not supposed to be down here. Yeah. It's just fun to walk on, to be honest. Yeah. It's just fun to walk on. But, yeah, this was like Mukluk's first build. Like, his first ever video or something. I am not doing a Let's Play of Minecraft. That was his quote. And, this was the build. And here, yeah, you bring these back to the Temple of the Dog, and then these are, like, different armor pieces of, like, gold, chainmail, and leather, I think. And he had to, like, choose which person gets what. And that would basically make out their loadout to, when they had to face Mukluk in the finale. But I never made the finale, so that was the end of that. But if you go here, yep, you exit here. And that's it. Alright, that's enough rambling and talking. Yeah, Season 6 is supposed to start in September. I think the end of September. Whether or not I attend is 50-50. I would definitely check out people like Shawson and Red Star. But maybe I at least show up for the kickoff. But we'll see. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed watching. And, maybe I'll see you next time. Maybe not. Maybe I'll see you next time.